the benefits of having bitachon. Now we're going to move on to the actual sefer of Shaar Habitachon, starting in chapter 1. So the introduction was all the benefits of having bitachon, and now we're going to actually start the book itself. Chapter 1 discusses the definition of bitachon. So he says the essence, mehut habitachon, the essence of bitachon is menuhat nefesh haboteach. It's going to show, and if you want to know if you have the essence of bitachon, is if you have peace of mind. A person who has a trustworthy worker, he gives him a job, and he's not worried about his job anymore. He, in his mind, considers it done, because he knows this person is going to do it. How much more so, that's how a person should feel when HaKadosh Baruch Hu is running his life, and he should feel that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is in charge of giving my parnasah, taking care of me, and putting me in the situation in life where I'm supposed to be. He should feel the same peace of mind in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He says the person has to know, due to the, let's say, an employee's, you trust his knowledge, you trust his skill, you trust his consistency. So a person, how much more so, should feel the same way about Hashem, that Hashem is kol yachol, he's able to do anything. Hashem has all the utensils and all the products and all the things he needs in order to provide for us. So how much more so we should be reliant on him. Hashem is always consistent. We bless every day Hashem. Baruch Omer ve'oseh. Hashem, he says and he does. So you see that a person, all these reasons, should have faith in HaKadosh Baruch Hu even more. And he says that there's a difference. The bitachon, you need to have one tool, one element, in order to be able to trust another person, and that is what? He says the person has to be confident in who he places his trust. A person says, I have bitachon in Hashem. How strong is his bitachon? Only as strong as his trust is in that person that he's having bitachon in. So if a person wants to work on his bitachon in Hashem, he has to work on his trust of Hashem. That when he says, yes, I believe in Hashem, honestly, how much does that really mean to you? How much does Hashem mean to you? How much does your trust in Hashem, how far would that go? Would you be willing to bet on Hashem? Were you willing to trust Hashem and put money on it? That's going to be a sign for you. That's going to be able to be a test for you of how much bitachon you have. Imagine a guy tells you, then tomorrow I'll give you $1,000 if the sun doesn't come up on the east tomorrow morning. Of course, what are you talking about? Free money. What kind of bet is that? Of course the sun is going to come up on the east. It did it every single day before, and it will today. So a person has to feel the same way about HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that if he knows that Hashem gave for you yesterday, he can give for you today. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he did everything that was good for us till now, so he will continue to do for us good. Even though many times in our life it looked like it was wrong, but it was ended up being for the good. So therefore a person has to realize that all his bitachon really is, how much do you trust Hashem? And if you have anxiety and you have lack of faith in Hashem, it's because you have trust issues with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You have to work on trusting Hashem more and realizing everything is not in our hands. So therefore he says that he says a really good employee or a really good friend that you trust, he's really good. Why? Not just does he accomplish what you ask of him, on top of that, even if things come up on the way that he didn't expect, and he has to do extra things because he cares for you and he delivers and he's consistent and he's smart and he's knowledgeable and he's skillful, he's going to figure out all those other stuff that came up and still get the job done. And he's going to go out of his way to do things even though you never asked him to do those extra things on the side to get to what you need. So therefore, how much more so HaKadosh Baruch Hu also, he will always do what's good for us regardless of what it needs to be done. And we know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he sees all the way till the end of time. A person knows what the future is. HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows what the future is as well. So therefore, a person has to trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu that he knows what's better for us than what we know is better for us. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he loves us. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us to be successful more than we want to be successful. He wants to see us have good. He created this whole world for us. He doesn't need us. He wanted us to be successful. He wants us to have a world. He wanted us to have a relationship with Him. He gave us the whole mitzvot. He gave us the whole Torah. He is busy all day making sure the world runs properly to take care of the Jewish people in order to bring them to the end of time. So all these things show clearly how much HaKadosh Baruch Hu cares for us. So how much more so we should trust in Him and realize and say to Hashem, you know what? I'm going to let you run my life. Whatever happens, I'm going to try my best. Whatever happens, because I know you have my best intentions and you have my best situation in mind. Therefore, I'm not going to worry. I'm going to trust in you, and I trust my doctor. I trust my pilot. I trust in my business. I trust my employees. How much more so I'm going to trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu.